Hello everyone. So this is my first episode of interviewing different students with success stories and how they found their ambitions. So my first interview will be conducted with Margulan Sharel. So thank you so much for joining us today. Could you briefly introduce yourself?
Oh, thank you very much. Well, my name is Margulan. I have just graduated from Spectrum International School, and I've spent my last 1.5 years here. Um, Let me tell a bit about my achievements. My main achievements are two times silver in the International Mathematical Olympiad, and well, and let's stop at that moment because I would love to say that I received a conditional offer from Cambridge University, but again, I will have my crucial exams tomorrow.
Okay. Now the Spectrum community knows that you've been in Spectrum, but what other schools have you been in before?
Well, uh, from the seventh grade to the 11th, I studied at Belim Innovation Lyceum in Taras, and well, that was my previous school.
Okay. So now let's move on to the more of how you found your passion. The Spectrum community knows you for your achievements as you listed in mathematics specifically. So looking back, do you recall a moment when you realized that you wanted to pursue mathematics further?
Well, I always enjoyed mathematics, beginning from the first grade, but um, I began let's say, seriously pursuing mathematics as my hobby and um, Olympiad interests, beginning in the seventh grade when I joined the math club in my school back then in Taras. And
Mm,
from here, it just went on and on.
yeah. Did you already envision attending Olympians, becoming such an important part of your life?
Well, of course, in the beginning, I didn't have such grandiose plans, but from time, my interest in mathematics only grew, and I decided to devote, well, at least my upcoming 4 years in at the university for it.
Mm, okay. So, what was it about Olympian mathematics that encouraged you to continue pursuing it?
Well, um, it's not it's not only about Olympiad mathematics; it's about mathematics in general. I love that mathematics is incredibly concise and um, let's say there are no approximations like in other sciences like physics or chemistry, uh, and something that is true is guaranteed to be true. I love that in
Mm,
mathematics. I love that precision, and but uh, but to the question, it's not the only reason why I enjoy mathematics. The reason I enjoy it because can it pushes you to your limit. Every time when you do mathematics, you understand how well I wouldn't call it, but how stupid I am every time I do mathematics, and I really love that sense of overcoming myself.
mm, okay. So, what has surprised you most about the International Olympiad experience?
Well, other than the Olympiad itself, I really enjoyed to be in a company of many other incredible, brilliant young minds around the world. And well, I enjoyed to have conversation with them, to explore their culture, in short, to be in contact with them.
Well, as you mentioned, culture, yeah. What have you most enjoyed about representing Kazakhstan on the international stage?
Well, I definitely had a sense of pride for my own nation, but at the same time, I sensed the responsibility.
Mm, mm, mhm. And is there a particular competition or country or experience that broadened your perspective in a meaningful way? And if so, which one is it? And could you share your experience?
Well, I wouldn't say that there is a specific country uh, that instantly enlightened me, but in short, I really enjoyed my experience in the UK, and I think it really helped me a lot. For example, mm, my knowledge of English has significantly increased dur- uh, during my time at the UK, and it really helped. But specifically about culture, well, I enjoyed the culture of Japan, but I think it's quite common, I think, among other people.
Yeah. And how have these like international Olympiads or like classrooms and like opportunities from Spectrum shaped your aspirations for the future?
Well, at Spectrum, I met many other people, not only from Kazakhstan, but from uh, from around the world, and it really helped. I find new friends, and I enjoy their I also enjoy their company. At the same time, I've also encountered many other people who are focused in other aspects, not only in academics, as it was in Taras. For example, I
Mm,
met many other people who are really good at sports um, or many other aspects.
mm, yeah. And now looking ahead, what intellectual challenges are you most excited to pursue? Like intellectual challenges in mathematics or like meeting new people and etc.
Well, intellectual challenges. Well, I think it's incredibly important to always challenge yourself intellectually because it makes your brain work, and in some sense, I think it gives meaning to your life. Um, but I don't have any specific challenges in my mind currently. Well, I'm pretty interested in mathematics, but also I have interest in, for example, privacy, in artificial intelligence, and so on. I think I will choose one after the university.
Mm. Now, you mentioned having like a lot of interest in mathematics. So, what do you find the most interesting in mathematics? Like, what type of mathematicians or like formulas or like problems are you excited to solve, and like what pushed you further to like pursue? Yeah.
Um, that's an interesting question. Well, Olympiad mathematics is itself is quite limited compared to the general mathematics, and it focuses on different aspects of it. In Olympiad mathematics, I'm really interested in, for example, in combinatorics. Basically, combinatorics is a name of a whole world of things, from interesting games to the counting problems, and mathematics itself is really diverse.
Mhm.
So it's really difficult to narrow down and say one option. But in general, what I love about mathematics is creativity and deep connections, deep understanding. There are, um, and I think it's real spotting such connections between completely different two fields. I think it's one of the most rewarding things about mathematics.
Mm. Mhm. Well, here's like the last question for this whole interview.
Wow, it is
And
really quick.
yeah. So for students, like for students who may be still discovering their ambitions or interests today, what perspective would you hope they carry with them as they move forward?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Mm, That's definitely an interesting question. Well, my advice will be um, to not do not intentionally limit yourself to exactly one domain, and, for example, do not avoid intentionally exploring all the others, because actually this division to the subjects at schools like mathematics, physics, chemistry, it's only formal, and in reality there are many intersections between each of them, because after all it's all about nature, it's about life. So my advice will be, do not limit yourself in the beginning.
Mm. Well, thank you so much for attending this like first interview of mine. Thank you. And
Well, it's a pleasure to talk with you. Actually, it was my dream to. Uh, what there was a time when I dreamed to start my podcast, but anyway, I really love to have such conversations, and I hope it will help for everyone who's interested. Thank you very much.
thank you so much. Well, that was my first interview session for this channel. My name is Iligai Taurbek, and subscribe and stay tuned for more interviews. Bye!